Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Cody Stepp. I'm the co-founder over here at Workflow Secrets, and I want to talk to the real estate agents out there that are struggling with the number of hours in your day. Maybe you are juggling so many tasks that you just run out of time. You don't have time for friends. You don't have time for family. You had to let go of hobbies that filled your cup up. And this is all because of your real estate business. And we always have seasons for growth. We always have seasons when we need to kind of buckle down the hatches and really dive in. But this season has lasted far too long. Or perhaps you've heard about the magic of AI, and maybe that even attracted you to Workflow Secrets and what we're doing. But when you go into those large AI systems like OpenAI's ChatGPT, you don't know where to start. You don't know how to write the right content. And every time you try, it just doesn't come out quite right. Or perhaps you've heard that your CRM now has AI, but these features that they're releasing they're pretty lackluster and they don't really do much for you. Well, if this is you, this is who I'm talking to. And I've got something incredible to show you guys today. And it is the Systems Accelerator Manager. Now, I affectionately call it Sam. So if you hear me call the Systems Accelerator Manager Sam, that is exactly what we are talking about. And it is a system accelerator, which is a category of AI powered tools that are designed to create, refine, house, but most importantly, use information that you share with the system to help you build out your business systems. We're going to dive into exactly how it does that in this video. It's kind of a product demo, but I have belabored long enough. So let's go ahead, let's dive in, let's look at the system, and let's see how it would be able to help you in your real estate business. After we do that, I'm going to paint the picture of where we are headed. Now, if you would like to gain access for free, we have 14-day free trials of the Systems Accelerator Manager. All you need to do is go to sam.workflowsecrets.info. I'll throw that link down in the description, so don't stress too much about it, and click the sign up button. And when you click the sign up button, just add your email, build out a password, and then check the terms of service. If you'd like to subscribe to our newsletter, you're more than welcome to. At that point, it's going to ask you to confirm a couple details, and then you will be well on your way. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and just log in, and I'll show you guys what you're going to gain access to with your 14-day free trial. So if you are following along, you are going to be met with our dashboard. Now, at the very top of the dashboard, we have 4 different categories of areas that we are going to focus on. Now, this comes from our book, Our Best Workflow Secrets. This is a real estate agent's guide to success, even in a changing market. And my business partner, Mark, and I wrote this book. And essentially what I did is I took all 3 decades of his frameworks, his teaching, and his concepts that he has shared with real estate agents to help them build out successful businesses using systems and automations. And I boiled it down into a book, and I shared it with Mark. Mark and I worked together to write and build out additional infrastructure. And inside of it, it's a key to success for you. So it's available on Amazon if you're interested in it. But we took a framework out of this, and I applied it to the building of the Systems Accelerator Manager. And that is done through what I call the core score. So at the very top, you're going to see our core score, and it divides our resource generation into these 4 categories. The first one is conversions. And this is all about lead management. How many lead managing assets do we have to help bring leads into our business? After that, we've got operations, which is all about your business operations. Then we have retentions, which is all about retaining your past clients. How do we build out things that are going to help keep them in our ecosystem? And then experiences actually kind of interweave in between all 3 of those. And we have those to create that world-class client experience. It's another concept we share about in this book. So when you're looking at your core score, you want to balance these out. You might notice mine aren't super balanced. I have 50 in my conversions, and I only have 7 in my experiences. Now, you could argue you probably need to cast a pretty wide net in your specific niche of real estate, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. But perhaps I need to spend a little bit more time looking at my operations, my retentions, and my experiences now that I have several different pieces on the conversion side. After that, right under it, you can see the total number of generations that I have created. And essentially, I'm just taking that course score, I'm adding them all together, and you can see that right there. Now, next to that, you're going to see the quests available as well as quest elements. Now, a little bit of backstory. When I was a kiddo, I played this video game called RuneScape. And inside RuneScape, there was a system called quests. Now, these quests allow you to learn a little bit more about the game map, or mechanics inside of the game. And I really like this concept. When I was building out SAM, I realized one of the fundamental flaws of real estate school is that we learn all about the real estate processes, but we don't get a hands-on opportunity to look at how to build our businesses. And then they send us out into the world and we essentially become our own business owners, right? And so I thought to myself, how can I help you as the real estate agents build out your core business infrastructure? That's where quests came along. So each of these quests, there's 9 of them currently as of April at 2024, the very end of April. And inside of these, you have lots of different elements. We'll dive into that in just a little bit, but I wanted to kind of briefly explain where this concept came from because I think it's pretty whimsical. Now, under those, you're going to see the total number of words generated. If, like I said, you're struggling with time, you can start to chip away at this time obligation that you have in little 3-minute sections. Now, I like to explain, if you were to spend 3 minutes writing an email and you had to write that email 10 times a day, by the end of the year, with the compound effect, that's going to be over an entire work week for just that one email that took 3 minutes to write that you had to write again and again and again. So we can look at the number of words that we've generated inside of SAM. After that, we can look at the total time we have spent in the system creating all of these different resources. Then, if you're curious to compare that, I've spent about 3 hours inside of SAM working, and that time inside of SAM has saved me over 350 hours of work time. Now, Cody, how do you figure that out? Well, what we've done is we've taken the average writing speed and we've applied that to this concept for words generated. An individual typically is able to type at about 40 to 50 words per minute, but when you're thinking about what you write, it actually gets skewed down to about 8 words per minute to about 11 words per minute. So that's where we start. But if for some reason you wanted to look at your work time savings and you actually wanted to build it custom to you, you can actually click on this and you can start based on a pre-generated topic. You can start writing and essentially it's going to speed check you. And then the system can customize those totals to you specifically. So that's what I've done. Turns out I write at about 14 or 16 rather words per minute. And so now it's factoring 16 words per minute to show you guys that overall time saving. So this is the dashboards of the Systems Accelerator, but we just got started. So let's look at the profile settings. This is the most important step in the entire process of getting inside of the Systems Accelerator Manager and using SAM. Why is that? Because this is where you're starting to share with SAM all about yourself, your company, your business, and your brokerage, right? So while we're filling out information, it should be pretty readily available about your company, your brokerage, and then specifically about your team, or more importantly, about you as a team member. This is going to inform SAM of all those really important things. So a second ago, I talked about our specific niche of real estate. For me, I live in the first-time home buyer, luxury homes, and farm homes niche of real estate. So I've added these to my profile settings under my specific profile. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow SAM to use this understanding of the areas of real estate I focus on to help create content specifically tailored for that. Now, additionally, this member voice right under it uses your writing style and it assigns different characteristics to it. So maybe you, when you're writing, want to share a respectful tone or a conversational tone or a professional tone. All of these different things are able to be selected. Now, if for some reason you're not quite sure where to start, again, you can hit this analyze content. You can post a writing sample, and Sam will help you understand what is my writing style, what is my member voice. And this is going to be really important in a second when we dive into generations. Now, after that, you've got some additional areas of information that you want to share. You can share different CRM merge fields. We specifically use the CRM RealVolve, which is my business partner's CRM. So we use that. So it's just got a little bit of information there. Once you have this all built out, it's going to auto save, or up at the very top, you can hit the save button and it's going to successfully refresh that save. We can hop down to the generation section. Now on the generation section, you're going to see a lot of really familiar things: the conversions, operations, retentions, and experiences, the 4 core areas of the course score, right? So I like to write a lot of examples in the conversion side, which is probably why I have 50 of them. But what this does is it illustrates to you guys really easily some of the different things that we can do to help bring leads into our business. We can write ads, we can write blog articles, maybe it's an email to our email list, maybe it's a lead magnet or a phone script, social media post, or we're just sending out a text message. Lots of different areas that we can generate specific resources for lead management. So the very first thing you want to do is decide, man, what am I sending today? Maybe today we're going to build out a blog article and I'm going to use my specific profile. It's pre-selecting to that first member's niche, which is first-time home buyers. If I want to change that, that's not a problem. I can drop this down. And then it's going to import my member voice, conversational and professional, based on that writing style, right? Or perhaps I want to build out a lead magnet. Now, when I select a lead magnet, there's some secondary things that it's going to ask, and that specifically is to what type of lead magnet we're building. So we're going to build a lead magnet, and maybe this time it's just a report that we can send out to some of the leads that will be an opportunity. We'll house this on our website and we can let them trade their details for this resource. And it's going to be a report, again, selecting from the team member, member niche, member voice. And this sounds pretty good. Now, the last thing we need to do to get started working is fill out an objective. And the objective is kind of, what does this resource need to accomplish? Sam is going to pre-fill an answer in there for us, just so we have a place to start. But what I would encourage you to do, read that, rewrite it, figure out exactly what Sam wants to do. And this is going to help customize it specifically to your resource needs. I'm just going to hit begin for the sake of this tutorial, so we don't take much longer than we already need to. Sam's going to get to work. He's thinking about all of the different things, and then he's going to fire back several different questions. Now, these refining questions I use as the tuning fork to really focus in Sam on our specific needs for these resources. So each of these questions, much like that objective, are going to have an answer pre-filled in that we can click into, we can type, we can edit. If for some reason one of these questions just doesn't make sense for the selected area, we can go ahead and thumbs down it, and it won't even be considered when Sam is reviewing all these questions. Now, once we've gone through, we've read all the questions, we've filled in our answers, we can hit continue. The better we answer these questions, the better the resource is going to be. So I do encourage you, take a little bit of time to get this right, because it's going to really impact the overall resources that Sam is able to create for you. Now, again, for this example, I'm just using what it filled in so that it can move a little quicker. But at this point, it's reading all of the questions, it's reading all of our answers, and it's thinking about how we can build this first-time home buyer guide. And then it's going to create a resource for us. So from here, we can see this resource has some good sections, some good subsections, and it's a great first place to start. Now, this is really important to note, because the Systems Accelerator is a tool for you, but it's not something that you would just take this, post it, and call it a good day. You need to apply a little bit of discernment. You need to get in there and add your own expertise as a real estate agent. That's exactly why you are the expert in this niche. So I like to consider this the tool, but you are the driver of this tool. And so it's going to be able to help you in maybe 3 minutes. We're able to create this resource, which is going to save us a lot of time that we maybe were sitting there thinking about what we want to write for a first-time home buyer guide on a blank Google document, right? Up at the top, you can see the number of words, You can regenerate it if you don't quite like what Sam created. You can click this refine button, give it a little bit of additional context. Oh, I like this. I don't like that. I wish you would have covered this a little bit more in depth. Things like that. The system can then evaluate your feedback and create a new generation that's going to give you those responses. Now, this is a really great example, 377 words, and it seems like it's a great outline. Well, maybe you want to take this outline and build out some depth of content. This is where this expand section comes into play. Clicking this, we could expand all of the content, or based on these subsections, we could select specific sections to expand those. So maybe we don't need to expand the understanding our finances. Maybe we like that as bullets, but finding your ideal home needs to be expanded. We could select those specific pieces. If for some reason you are just ready to start editing it, applying that discernment, using your expertise, clicking this edit opens up an editor that is going to allow you to do that. Now, at that point, I would encourage you, go ahead and save what you have. It's going to save it into the system, and I'll show you how we can re-access this in just a second. You can also copy this as just plain text. You can throw it into a Google document, a Word document, or you can throw it onto your website, or you can save it as HTML source, which is going to allow you to host it on a website super easily. Or for some CRMs, it's easier to translate or add text code than it is to add text. So you have that option right there. Now, we've already saved it, and we have finished editing. We can go ahead and hit this return button, and it's going to take us all the way back. We can start generating another resource. But what we're going to do now is we want to go revisit this that we've just built. So we go ahead and access our saved generations. Now, I've got lots of saved generations because I have been building a lot of things. And inside the saved generations are all of those that I've saved. Sam is using this to help understand a little bit more about us, our writing style, how we're helping serve the leads, the customers, and the past clients that we bring into our business. But it also is housing this so that we can access these different pieces, right? So we can go back as far as September, we can search this one that we created today. And then if you want to load it up, you can load it back up, and now we have access to it again. Clicking this return button from there is going to take you there. Now you can also sort based on different criteria. You know, maybe we're looking at just the conversions. You're still going to see that, things like that. Now, after that, we can visit these quests. And I told you we'd revisit it. And all 9 of these quests help you build out your business infrastructure in different areas. If you're still trialing with me, you're going to have access to this very first one, getting started. Now, the reason I only give you guys access to this first one is because there's already so much that you need to do in 14 days. I didn't want to overwhelm you and try and give you all 9. That seems like a nightmare. So getting started is going to help you build out those first steps into your business infrastructure, really see how Sam is able to help you with this. Now, you'll notice that on the getting started, I have check marks on all of these different pieces. That means I've successfully created all of these different pieces. And not only do I have these pieces for context for my business, Sam also understands this context because it now can use this context to understand your business as well. So these things are, customer avatar, brand voice, social media strategy, testimonials and reviews, all of these things that are going to help move the needle, help bring leads into our business, help us grow our business, or areas of focus that we realize, oh man, I really need to figure out my social media strategy so that I can be posting in a regular cadence and really capitalize on, say, Meta's algorithm or LinkedIn's algorithm for finding me lots of people and sending them to my website. Now, from there, we've got other different areas. This marketing and lead generation is an incredible one for our lead focused efforts. You can see there's lots of different elements inside of this quest that range from marketing communication strategy all the way to affiliate marketing. Maybe those are things you want to, sales and negotiation, technology and automation, lots of things here for you to work through and start building out that business infrastructure. And then as you do, Sam's going to check mark that. Now, for some reason on one of these, it wasn't checked. That means I haven't started it. And all I need to do is click on what I want to start and then hit this little play button. And very similar to generating out our resources, Sam is actually going to say, okay, this is the specific resource you want to build. Let's ask some questions about this. And it's going to take us through to that generations area. So you've got a really familiar experience while you're building out these pieces of content. Again, after you complete it, Sam is going to use this. So if this was all Sam was able to do for you, let's talk about what it could do. Well, at the very first, if we wanted to start building out resources in the conversion side, bringing leads into the door, right? Think about all the possibilities. We could, in the next 14 days over a free trial, or when we subscribe to Sam, we are a software as a service, so you can subscribe for monthly subscriptions, and you could start building out all of these different resources. When you build all these different resources, here's what I suggest doing. Take this resource, apply discernment, refine it, build it out, and then go and house it on your website. Now, my website is housed on a platform called ClickFunnels. And maybe you use Wix, maybe you use WordPress, but I would wager there is a way for you to gather lead information. And this could be done through a lead form, or it could be inherently in the system where you can gather lead information, you can trade them resources. This would be a great place for us to start building out these pieces of content, reviewing, tweaking, refining them, making sure that we are applying our own experience to this and then putting it out there. Now, from there, all we need to do is start sending traffic to our website, and then those leads can start trading their information for these resources. What this is going to do is it's going to establish us as the expert. It's going to help answer all of their questions. And now we have a lead, which is awesome, right? So this is going to just already immediately help bring in leads, drive business, grow your business. And let's say we had to hire copywriters on the side. Now we don't have to hire those. Let's say we had to hire lead gen experts. Now we don't have to hire those. And we're already saving money. That's awesome, right? And we've taken those off of our plate. Now, some of the other things that you can do inside here is if you were to go to the integrations section, you can visit this area called Sam Chat. Now, Sam Chat is our chat bot. And what you're able to do, you add your website right here, and then you hit this create script button. And this script is going to be custom for you. And you throw this on the header section of the back end of your website. And then your website will now have access to Sam Chat. And Sam Chat is going to do a couple things for us. And I'll show you just in 1 second. So you copy the clipboard, add it to the back end. And right here, we have a file manager. Upload some files based on properties that are on your website, based on the different pieces of content that you've just created in the resources that individuals can trade their details for. You can also upload information about yourself and your business, things that people visiting your website might be curious about. Upload documents about this, and then go ahead and close. What that has done is it has given Sam Chat some context or understanding. This is essentially its brain, if you will. So now when they go to your website, what they are met with, and this is just a fictitious website, is your website, and then in the very bottom, you're going to see this chat button. When you click on this chat button, you now have access to Sam Chat. Now, the really cool part about Sam Chat is when it is activated, it is going to do a couple things. Perhaps we're trading details for resources. When you engage with Sam Chat, it is going to answer questions, and also it's going to gather those lead details. So as you're chatting with it, it's going to say, oh, who am I chatting with today? Oh, Lisa. Oh, Mark. Oh, Jesse. Nice to meet you. Jesse, do you have a good email address? Excellent. I would love to get on a phone conversation with you and Cody. What's your preferred method for him reaching out to you? Oh, it's by phone. Excellent. What's your phone number? So it's going to be able to gather these pieces of information while also answering questions about the resources that you have on your website or about the properties that you have listed based on that knowledge section. So this is another way we can start pulling in leads to our business. 24/7, SamChat is on our website. It's able to help the people who come to our website as we're sending traffic to our website. And then what it's going to do is the next step in the process. So we have all of these leads now trading their details or engaging with SamChat for our different pieces. And you might ask yourself, well, Cody, that's pretty awesome, but what do I do from there? Well, this is where phase 3 comes in. So now we are going to be talking about some spoilers. And you guys are not going to have access to this section just yet. It is the end of April 2024, like I said. And I've got this locally housed on mine, but I want to show you guys where we are taking Sam next and how this is going to transform not only your understanding of what real estate specific technology can do for you, but what AI can do to help you in your business. And like I said, this is a system accelerator, which uses AI to house, refine, create, but most importantly, use information, right? And this is where we are going to see how it's using this information. So I realized, we're gathering lead details, but we currently don't have anywhere that's being housed. So I built out a contact section. Now, you're probably pretty familiar with this. I would wager that your CRM or some sort of systems that you're using have a contact section. But it's gathering information that we gain from these leads and it's placing it in one area. Now, a couple things we can do. We can build layouts into our contact section to do some really cool things. So perhaps I want a filtered list just to see all of the leads that I need to call. I can create that list and it's going to give me their listed details so that I can give them a call. I can just click down the line and call each and one of them. Now, the really cool thing is assuming you have some sort of calling service housed on your website, or on your computer rather, you just click this phone number and it'll start allowing you to dial out to them. If you want to email them, you can click this email. It's going to help you do that. But now we have a way for us to store things inside of the system. This is step 1. Step 2 is going to be the most important step. And this is where I want to show you guys the future of SAM. So this is what is going to allow it to step into its role as its first communication matrix, or as its first system accelerator with a feature we have named the communication matrix. So I'm going to click into this contact, and Alfie's fictitious. So, feel free and call that number. I wouldn't suggest it, but you're going to meet someone. And you're going to see a lot of the information that you're probably used to seeing. First name, last name, middle name, where they live, city, email. Category is all about how good of a quality of lead they are. Some agents love using that. Some agents are very confused by it, but I like to say an A category agent is probably who you're going to send a fruit basket to for Christmas. And this goes A, B, C, D. D would be like the dentist of an acquaintance who knows a friend who you met at a party who suggested that you reach out to this person who met you one time in a Starbucks. Okay, well, the likelihood that any good relationship is immediately forged with that person is probably pretty low, but that's fine. And these categories are going to help us, as we build those relationships, they climb up a little bit. The different type of lead, and then the status. Now, one of the things that I realized with the status is, sometimes we have a warm lead, or it's a really good lead. Sometimes we have a hot lead. We need to call them immediately. They're ready to work with us. Sometimes we have a really cold lead that maybe we just have their email address and they don't really know who we are or why we can help them. Maybe it's a lost lead. They've reached out to us specifically and said, do not contact me. Now we can sort those into different areas. We can suggest the different contact preference. How do they prefer to be reached out to? What's the most in preferred way. And is that email? Is that phone? Is that text message? As a millennial, if you try and call my phone, I'm probably not going to answer, but I'll look at my email. And if I think that we have a good enough relationship, I'll definitely check my text messages, right? So these areas are going to allow us to do some really cool things. And it all comes down to the important dates. Now, I know a lot of systems have workflows or task automations built into them. And we wanted to build out task automations, but something that I realized is these automations are sometimes over complexed. That's not a word, but they are very complex, and we have to think through systems of hundreds of different processes and tasks for, say, a new lead workflow, a first-time home buyer workflow, and it ranges from first contact all the way through contracting to close. That seems like a really tedious thing. And I've been in the real estate technology space for about 5 years, and most agents who build these automations out, which I truly believe are mandatory for success in real estate. You hear all the successful agents, these real estate gurus speaking to needing automations in our business. So there's something we have to do, but these agents are spending weeks, if not months, building these out. And that just, to me, seems ridiculous, especially if we're struggling with time and needing better technology, right? So that is where I built out the communication matrix, like I said before. What that means is anytime one of these date fields on the important dates is filled in, Sam is going to be doing something. How is it going to be doing something? Well, we're going to define what it's going to do. So a great example of this would be a birth date. We click on this birth date and we fill that out. And now we have a birth date in the system. What Sam is going to be able to do is then it's immediately going to start some actions that are going to occur. And all of these actions are predefined by us. And it is going to do something like, perhaps since this is an A contact, it's going to notify us a week before their birthday. It's going to say, hey, you've got this birthday coming up. It's a really good friend of yours who you work with. And you should go order some crumble cookies and send them to their office on their birthday. It's a week from now, so you got plenty of time. Or you should go pick up a card and handwrite a letter to them, put it in the mail so that they get it on their birthday. Things like that create those world-class client experiences that we are talking about. Now, the other thing that it could do is it could send out an email on their birthday. Hey, happy birthday. And Sam is going to be able to use information that you've shared, not only in this contact information section, but in this notes area to help you create truly personalized interactions. So right now, you will see most technology using these bracketed merge fields, and they essentially gather information stored in these systems. Alfie, brackets first name, and it would say like, dear Alfie, on the communication when it gets sent out to them. So these merge fields are considered the gold standard for personalized business communication, which is crazy to me because it's been the gold standard since about the 1990s with the first CRMs coming out. And I don't truly believe you writing my first name in an email and a text message on an appointment reminder, I don't believe that that's personalized. But because Sam is a system accelerator, it's using this information stored in the system. And so it's going to be able to create truly personalized interactions. So maybe we have a note that Alfie loves pickleball and is a foodie in the St. Peter's area. Alfie has no family, he's a little younger. Sam can use this content when it's creating that birthday message to help create something that's truly personalized. So maybe it's going to read something along the lines of like, happy birthday, Alfie. I hope today you get the opportunity to go onto the pickleball courts over in the Winsville area. I know that those are always a good time. And on Tuesdays, that's when the food trucks are out. So, enjoy your birthday. hoping that you have a great year. Looking forward to what I can do to help make it even better. Now imagine how personalized that is. And all we had to do was fill in the birth date. Sam did the rest for us. Now it's our job before Sam sends that to proofread it, make sure it sounds good. But then Sam can send it on our behalf. Boom. Now Alfie has a personalized email from us, personalized text message from us, whatever it is, depending on this content preferences. In this case, text message, so it could go as a text message using information that we've gathered from building relationships with Alfie. That's pretty cool, right? And I'm going to be honest, I don't know of any other system that is able to do these different types of processes all in one place. You either have to have parsing services and secondary subscriptions, or your CRM just simply does not do that. It houses information, or like I call it, hoards information, but it's not using it. And so that's the power of using a system accelerator to do these things. Now, it can do other things. It can schedule appointments. Maybe it adds a calendar reminder on your calendar that February the 15th is Alfie's birthday, so that you can give him a phone call. And on that reminder, when you click into it, it's going to give you a little bit of context about Alfie. You know, it's going to pull up some of those notes. Oh, he's a foodie. He likes pickleball. He's in the St. Peter's area. And then maybe Sam also asks you to ask Alfie a couple questions. Now, why would it be doing this? This is all about coaching. So I know that as a new agent, as an agent who is dealing with far too many customers, far too many leads, sometimes it can be a little daunting to keep all of the specifics of each and every relationship that we've built on the top of your mind, right? And so using things like this, you can see, okay, I need to call Alfie. I have this information. He likes pickleball. He's a foodie. Now I have conversational pieces that I can organically bring up in a conversation. But then Sam is also asking a specific question. Now, the specific question might be, ask Alfie if he ever likes to go bike riding. And when you ask Alfie that organically, as it comes up in the conversation, you share that with Sam. Now, Sam has additional context that it can use for later to personalize content even further. So as the system is using this information to create personalized interactions, it's also coaching you on making these interactions even better. How about that? That's pretty cool. And I know that sometimes in the younger generation, little context on my background. When I was in grad school, I got the school to pay for school, as one always should, by being in charge of a dorm. And you would think that being in charge of a dorm, I would mostly be looking at the facilities, but I was actually looking and having to help teach and coach and truly parent these 18-year-old students into life skills. And feel however you would like to feel. That is something that you have to think about. And so with the system being able to help coach you and nurture you on building better relationships, whether you're an introvert or whether you're a seasoned sales pro who makes 100 calls a day, having this context at your fingertips is going to help you be even more successful in building those relationships. So now we have a system for building out automation specifically based on actions that occur, that we predefine, that we build specifically based on how we want to run our business. And they're all built based on these date features. And this is what we are calling the communication matrix. So as we're bringing in these leads now, we're able to nurture and engage with them. We're able to use automations that are specific to these date fields, and we are able to cultivate better relationships. Now we're generating resources. Those resources are driving leads to us. Those leads are then being nurtured, being cultivated. Sam is helping us all along the way build better relationships, send out content, stay in contact with. And now think about how much easier it is for you to run your business, for you to build out automations, and most importantly, for you to be able to take a step back from business and be able to live your own life. So how can you gain access? Well, I teased this at the very beginning, but if you were to go to sam.workflowsecrets revolutionizing.info and click this sign up button, you are going to gain access to a 14-day free trial. And inside this 14-day free trial, you're going to be able to start generating content. You're going to be able to look at the different quests and start building out business infrastructure. You can use the content you generate and you can apply it, add it to your website, start sending traffic to it. And then very, very soon, I'm talking in the next month or two, we are going to be finished with the communication matrix, which is going to allow you to take all of these different insights that you gain and put them into a contact section, start running automations through the communication matrix. And Sam is going to be able to help you build a better business. So how about that? But it all starts with you going to sam.workflowsecrets.info, filling out your email, creating a password, clicking terms of service, and signing up. What this is going to do, it's going to get you into the system. Most importantly, let's get into the system. Let's start building resources. Let's build them, house them on our website, and allow us to start building out the infrastructure. And then when the communications matrix is ready, you're going to be the first to hear about it because you're in our ecosystem. And this is very important. I need you to be in this ecosystem so that you know when it's ready. And then you can start using the Systems Accelerator Manager to be that system accelerator that is going to help you in your business. And that is the true power of the Systems Accelerator Manager. That is what Sam is going to be able to do for you guys. I'm so excited. Every single time I get the opportunity to share this, I was at a tech conference through the 1 Million Cups organization last week, and I had lots and lots of real estate agents and brokers just kind of drooling over this concept. I get to speak to real estate agents almost every single day about what Sam can do to help them grow their business. And I'm just so excited to put this tool into your hands and be able to help you reach that level of success that you're looking for, be able to help you with your technology. I'd like to think that Sam is about as user-friendly as it can be, because that's one of the pillars that I put at the very front when I'm building the different pieces. Is this easy to use? Are you guys going to be able to use it and understand it effectively? And if it meets those criteria, it's going to help you free up time. When it helps you free up time, you're going to have more time that you can invest in the things that I believe truly matter most. This is our core thesis for being at Workflow Secrets. Let's build success into your business to free up time for the things that matter most: friends, families, hobbies, and growing your business. And it's all done with the Systems Accelerator Manager. And it's very soon, it's going to be easy and it's going to be effortless almost through the communication matrix. So that's what I have for you guys. That is some power of the Systems Accelerator Manager, as well as the future of Sam and what it is going to be able to do for you. Go ahead, click below with the with the link to get a free 14-day trial, or visit sam.workflowsecrets.info and get in there, get a trial, and start using Sam. But other than that, I will see you guys very soon.